1. Determine the center line of the first production line. First of all, determine the layout direction of the production line is from left to right or from right to left. If it is from left to right, 2,600 mm distance is needed to be confirmed. From the leftmost edge of the plant to the two center points at the front and rear of the production line. But if it is from right to left, the distance shall be 2,400 mm from the rightmost edge of the plant to the two center points at the front and rear of the production line. Then, to connect the two marked center points on the ground with the ink hopper for getting a black center line of the first production line. The center line of second machine can be drawn at least 5,000 mm away from the first center line, and made the third and fourth center line in the same way. 2. Determine the center position on the body of the extruder. Make a vertical line from the center point of the screw to the ground at the front of the extruder, and make a vertical line in a place of 522 mm away from the rack edge of the operation side at the rear of the extruder. Move the extruder and correspond its front and back vertical lines to the center line of the ground. 3. Adjust the foot screw to make sure the extruder is in a horizontal level. 4. Install the feeding hooper and tighten the hoop screws. 5. Insert the flow channel into the confluent core and connect the T-die flange and the confluent core. 6. Move the T-die trolley to the front of the confluent core so that to make the fixed holes of the T-die can align with the holes of the flange. 7. Adjust the upper and lower position between the T-die trolley and the die connecting screw to ensure the T-die is horizontal mounted. 8. Connect the T-die with the flange and tighten the screws. Refer to the T-die installation video for detailed steps. 9. Draw lines at 750 mm and 1,350 mm from the front end of the extruder. 10. Take the center line as the reference. Install the guide tail of the 5-roller calendar at 750 mm and fix it by punch and install expansion screws. 11. Leave the 5-roller calendar onto the guide rail and ensure it can be movable properly. 12. Install the oil box support and fix the oil box. 13. Connect the connecting rod of the oil temperature controller platform with the 5-roller calendar frame and place the oil temperature controller on the platform in flat. 14. Arrange the cables in the calendar cabinet neatly in the junction box. 15. Install the movable bracket and insert the latch into the mounting hole. 16. Position the cooling cabinet. Draw the vertical center lines at the front and rear ends of the bottom of the cooling cabinet. Move the cooling cabinet so that the vertical center line is aligned with the center line of the production line on the ground. 17. Adjust the bottom screw of the cooling cabinet to make it in a horizontal level. 18. Install the supporting foot of the fixed bracket and adjust the supporting foot screws to make it in a horizontal level. 19. Lift the mobile roller of the movable bracket to the main beam of the fixed bracket and ensure the smooth movement of the front and back. 20. Place the traction machine. The vertical center line of the traction machine should be aligned with the center line of the production line on the ground. Adjust the foot screws to make the traction machine horizontal. 21. The front and back position of the traction machine is close to the cooling cabinet. Install the connecting plate between the tractor and the cooling cabinet and fix it with screws. Adjust the bottom screw of the traction machine to make the connection height of both machines a same. 22. Drilling holes on the ground to install the expansion screw and fix the traction machine. 23. Install the connecting rod of the traction machine and the plane cutting machine in the ear hole of the bottom bin of the traction machine, and the latch is locked by clasp to prevent loosening. 24. Place the cutting machine. The vertical center line of the cutting machine is vertically aligned with the center line of the production line on the ground, and insert the connecting rod into the ear hole of the bottom bin of the cutting machine, and the latch is locked by clasp to prevent loosening. 25. Adjust the bottom screw to make the cutting machine in horizontal. 26. Place the transition bracket. Adjust the bottom screw to make the surface of the upper roller on the bracket is flat with the table of the cutting machine, as well as keep it in the same horizontal line with the bottom rubber roller of the traction machine. 27. Place the stacker. Install the adjustable foots on the four legs of the stacker, and make the vertical center line of the stacker is vertically aligned with the center line of the production line on the ground. 28. Adjust the bottom screw to make the stacker horizontal and keep it in the same height of the cutting machine. 29. Place the 5-roller calendar platform bottom up on the ground to assemble the 4 supporting feet, and then reinforce the diagonal braces and tighten the screws. 30. Hoisting the platform upside down and place to the both sides of the 5-roller calendar. Ensure that the vertical line of the place, where is 2,600 mm away from the edge of the operation side, is aligned with the center line of the production line. 31. Install the deviation rectifying sensor and its holders, as also the guiding rollers of the decorative film and the wear layer film. 32. The communication wire and air pipe of the rectifying sensor are arranged to the upper side of the platform, which is convenient for wiring later. The cable, communication wire and air pipe from the 110 extruder to the electric cabinet of the cutting machine, which are laid with tang chain and U-channel steel back buckle, then fixed with the expansion screws on the ground. While the cables, communication wire and air pipes on the 5-roller platform, which shall be through the middle of the platform support column, the platform support column and the tang chain will be buckled by U-channel steel and fixed on the ground with the expansion screws. 33. Install the decorative film rack, hoisting it to the position. The fixing hole of the film frame base should be aligned with the positioning block of platform. Then, tighten and fix with screws. Install the wear layer film rack by the same way. The center distance is 560 mm between the 2 air expansion axes of the decorative film rack, and the center distance shall be 660 mm for the 2 air expansion axes of the wear layer rack. 34. Remove the deviation rectifying block. 35. Install and fix the platform bridge. 36. Install the platform fence and insert the fence into the corresponding locating pin. 37. Install and fix the side trimming rack. 38. Install and fix the EIR photoelectric sensors. 39. Metal hoses should be adapted for the heating oil conduction pipe for connecting the oil temperature machine with the rollers of the 5-roller calendar. Firstly, connecting with metal hose to the corresponding rotary joint on the 5-roller calendar, and then orderly laying the metal hose into the oil box. 40. Connect the metal hose and the oil temperature machine. Please note that the lower rod of the oil temperature machine is the oil outlet port, which is connected with the end of the rotary joint, and the upper row is oil recycle port, which shall be side connected with the rotary joint. And the same group of the oil output and oil recycle must correspond to the same rotary joint. 41. Connect the inlet and outlet water pipe between the cooling cabinet and the chiller. Pay attention to the mark. Please do not make any wrong connection. 42. Connect the inlet and outlet water pipe of the vacuum pump and connect the vacuum pump to the vacuum gauge on extruder barrel. 43. Connect the inlet and outlet of the cooling water pipes of the gearbox, 5-roller calendar and oil temperature machine. Connect the compressed air pipe. Complete wiring connection according to the circuit diagram provided. Feeding gear oil into the gearbox and heat conduction oil to the middle position of view window of the oil temperature machine. To complete the overall installation and prepare for the testing.